Boxing truth here. Alright, let's bang out another prediction video. The Robert Easter Jr. fight went exactly as I expected. No surprise there. Let's talk about this fight. Manny Pacquiao versus Jeff Horn. A fight that is a lot better than a lot of people realize, a lot of people think. But of course, a lot of boxing fans go by name recognition, but sometimes name recognition doesn't mean that you can fight. Sometimes a guy that you never heard of or a guy that you never seen ends up becoming something even more than you expect, something even more special. Just look at Sergey Kovalev. But Jeff Horn is a good fighter. Tough, strong, determined. He has good skills, good pedigree. Made the Olympic team. Made it to the quarterfinals in 2012. The kid has the pedigree. The kid has the skills. The kid has the tools. He can fight. Fought good pros. Has fought the rated guys he needed to fight in order to become the number one contender for Manny Pacquiao's strap, WO strap. So Manny Pacquiao is fighting the best, highest rated contender within the W at welterweight. Jeff Horn has earned his spot. He is the most worthy challenger for Pacquiao's strap within the WO rankings. So this is a real fight. The question is, how old is Manny Pacquiao become? And is Jeff Horn ready? Is he mentally strong enough to take over the throne and become a Manny Pacquiao conqueror? That is the issue when it comes to fighting Manny Pacquiao. A lot of guys before Jeff Horn have come before him. Guys who were just as young as he was and failed miserably in trying to conquer Manny Pacquiao. It's not just the physical part they have to deal with Pacquiao. It's mental. I mean, to be a guy just 28, 29 years of age, to go in there and fight a legend in front of a massive crowd or in front of a wide audience or in front of a big event. There's a lot that goes into a Manny Pacquiao fight. You not only just have to deal with his speed, his angles, his footwork, his power. You got to deal with the mental part of trying to conquer Manny Pacquiao. I mean, just look how nervous Brandon Rio was before his fight against Manny Pacquiao. We already knew right then and there in that pre-fight interview with Max Kellerman that he was going to lose. I mean, the guy was shaking. He was stuttering with his thoughts. Algieri was mentally not ready and focused enough to perform at his peak against Manny Pacquiao. He laid an egg in his performance. So it's happened before. The guys get starstruck. They get the event is just too big for them to conquer Manny Pacquiao. So Jeff Horn, could he mentally overcome? Could he handle his nerves and trying to topple a legend? Jeff Horn has shown a lot of poise in his career. He's been matched tough at an early stage. Was fighting confident fighters, undefeated fighters very early in his career. He's been dropped. He's come back to win fights. Doesn't really show that a lot phases him. He's a different person when he's in that ring. He's not this choir boy looking soft-spoken type dude. He's an animal when he gets to that ring. He wants to hurt you. He wants to break you down with his right hand. And he's coming off good performances, knockout performances. He's a dangerous fight for Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is finally going to be able to show the world how much really he has left. And people are not going to appreciate it because they simply don't know who Jeff Horn is. But this is the most dangerous opponent Manny Pacquiao has fought in quite some time. Jeff Horn is more dangerous than Timothy Bradley. He's more dangerous than Jesse Vargas. He's even more dangerous in terms of punching power when it comes even to Floyd. Floyd couldn't hurt Manny. But Jeff Horn, he's got power. He brings punching power. He brings strength. He brings physicality into this encounter with Manny Pacquiao, and that's the difference. Manny Pacquiao at 38 years of age is not just going to have to outpoint a guy. He's going to have to fight him off. He's going to have to gain some respect. He's going to have to hurt Jeff Horn because Jeff Horn is coming for blood. he's going to be trying to break Manny down, use his physicality, use his great right hand, and try to Marquez Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao's in for a real fight. He has to be at his absolute best. But the good news is he looks ready for this fight. He looks in good shape. He doesn't look washed in training camp. He still has the speed. He still has it. He's nowhere near the fighter he was 7 years ago, 8 years ago, not even 4 years, 5 years ago. But he's still a top operator. He's still an elite fighter. And he's more smarter than he's ever been in his career. Physically, he's not the same fighter. But mentally, and in terms of boxing IQ, his intelligence is nowhere where it's higher than it's ever been before. Manny Pacquiao is a master boxer, a master counterpuncher, and just like he warned Jeff Horn early in the press conference earlier this week, he is a teacher in the ring. He may very well teach Jeff Horn a lesson in that boxing ring, but he's got to be careful fighting a young, fresh, strong guy who can punch. It's been a while since Manny Pacquiao's fought a puncher, a guy that can clean his lights out with that right hand. But Manny Pacquiao says he's ready for that. He has learned from his mistakes and his losses, has gotten better after his defeats, has corrected what happened in his prior defeats, and he's come back even a better and smarter fighter. He'll be ready for that right hand. He'll be looking out for it. He's still susceptible to right hands, but he's not as easy to hit them with as in the past, like in the Marquez fight. Marquez says something very interesting about Jeff Horn's ability to catch Manny with that right hand. He said that it took a number of rounds to get the timing and to figure out and to learn Pacquiao's movements, his habits. It took him a long time to know when to throw that right hand. So that's the biggest advantage Manny Pacquiao has in this fight, is because he's so unconventional. He is so awkward, and he is so unorthodox that when you fight him the first time, it's something you've never seen before. You can't deal with his rhythm, his movements, his speed, his footwork. It's just something you've never seen before. It's impossible to get ready for Manny Pacquiao's style, and that's what makes him so great. Jeff Horn, he's really good. He could be competitive at any welterweight in the world, but he's fighting the ultimate test for Manny Pacquiao. If Manny Pacquiao has lost a step, if he's not in peak condition, if he's gotten too old, then Jeff Horn will shock the world tomorrow night, and he will conquer Manny Pacquiao in the Battle of Brisbane. But if Pacquiao is still a top operator, still an elite fighter, and still the fighter that I think he is, he should handle this kid. But it'll be a tough, competitive fight. But Jeff Horn, I believe, he's really good. I know what Bob Arum sees. I see what Bob Arum sees in Jeff Horn. I see what Top Ranks matchmakers see in Jeff Horn. But I just don't think he's ready just yet. He needed a couple of more learning fights. He could definitely still win the fight. There's still a possibility Jeff Horn could still win this fight. But I just don't think he's ready yet. It's too big of a difference in speed. Manny has better footwork. He's more experienced. He's has better skills. He's much faster. He still hits hard. He still has a little too much advantages in this fight. But of course, he's fighting in the opponent's hometown, so that makes it intriguing. Jeff Horn is only a 4-1 dog in this fight, so obviously the odds makers feel Jeff Horn does have a chance. But how much of a chance does he have? I'm riding with Manny. I would never pick against Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is one of my favorite fighters of all time. He is boxing truth. He has mastered his style. He has learned throughout the phases of his career that you can only get better with time, and he has gotten better. And Jeff Horn, he's getting there. He's getting better with each fight, but he's simply not there yet. Defensively, he still has ways to go. His footwork still has ways to go. Much like Manny Pacquiao was at Jeff Horn's age, his defense was nowhere near as it was today. His footwork was nowhere near as it was today. Jeff Horn will only get better in time. And win or lose, Jeff Horn will be a force to be reckoned with in the welterweight division. And Manny Pacquiao, if he beats Horn impressively, should definitely get major props for taming a young lion. A fresh guy with power in Jeff Horn. I'm going with Manny Pacquiao by decision. That's how he's been winning his fights lately. I don't see a knockout. There could be some rough moments. There could be some moments where Manny feels the power, feels the physicality, but ultimately he will use his speed, use his footwork, his experience. He'll take advantage of Horn's shaky defense at times, and he'll outpoint him and possibly knock him down to a fun, competitive, but clear decision from Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao will retain his strap for the WBO. Who knows what the future holds for Manny? Obviously, we've seen the report from Bob Arum, and I expected that. I mean, I pretty much knew that, you know, the Thurman's Spence fights are just not they're not on the cards because it's business. You know, those guys just don't bring enough to where Bob is willing to take the risk. So if Manny wins, which I expect him to do, expect a whole homecoming bout later in the year against a solid opponent, and he'll most likely be cashed out against Terence Crawford in the spring of 2018. It'll be a passing of the torch fight for top rank. And this is it for Manny. He's in the twilight. He'll show his greatness once again Saturday night. Still very possible Horn could pull off the upset. I still give Horn a chance. He's a very good fighter, and he'll show how good he is tomorrow night. But I don't think he's quite ready yet for the great Manny Pacquiao. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.